Made to measure wooden blinds don't have to be hard to fit. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can measure, order and fit these blinds yourself really quickly and really easily. And fitting yourself is going to save you money. Now the first step of buying made to measure blinds is of course measuring up. And this is also the bit that worries most people because they don't want to make a mistake and then be stuck with a blind that you can't use. So we'll break this step down really simply so that you can be certain that you're going to get the correct measurement. Now laser distance measurers are great if you've got access to one, mostly because they're easy to use to get an exact measurement on your own. If not, just go with a regular tape measure. For the width of our blind, we're going to take 3 measurements. One at the top of the opening, 1794, one at the middle, 1791, and one at the bottom, 1790. So we've got a very small variation there of just 4 millimeters, which is actually pretty good. And we're going to take the smallest measurement of the 3 and provide that to Blinds Direct. And we'll do exactly the same with the drop. Now I'm working with Blinds Direct on this project because they make it really easy for you guys to do the job at home. They've got an online measuring guide. You can click on that guide. The link will be in the description. You can click on that if you need any help with this measuring process. Now I've gone for a recess fitting, meaning that the blind will sit inside our reveals here. The other way to do this job is to go for an exact fitting, and that means that the blind will sit on the face of the wall here rather than inside the reveals. So what we need to do now is go on to Blinds Direct, select a blind that you like the look of. We can then input those measurements onto the website, then select your preferred toggle finish. You can also opt for the Blinds Direct Sure Fit Guarantee in case you're worried about getting the wrong measurements, and by doing that you'd be able to get a replacement product should the measurements be incorrect. So the blind has arrived. I got it on next day delivery, so it's nice and quick. And what I'll do now is show you a really easy method to fitting this in the window. Now because this is a big boy of a blind, we need to use a centre support bracket. In fact, anything over 1 metre long, you're going to want to use one of these so that the middle of the blind doesn't sag. The only thing we need to be careful of is that we don't install this where the tapes or cords are on the blind, because that would impede the operation of the blind. So I'll install mine at 830 millimeters just off centre so that I miss the tape. So I'll make a small mark at 830 millimeters, hold the centre bracket up there and just mark the 4 holes. Now we'll mark the position for the 2 end brackets. If your blind is under 1000 millimeters, you won't need to use the center bracket. You can just use these 2 end brackets. And they hinge at the top, and there's lots of little holes in them. Those are all fixing points so that this bracket can be fixed in a multitude of different ways. So I'll hold my end bracket against the wall there. You could fix up through the bottom to the top if you want to, or you can fix to the sides. Make sure you line up the end bracket with the center bracket. My center bracket sits around here, so I know that my end bracket needs to sit there as well. And now I can just mark the 4 holes. Do that for both your end brackets, and now we're ready to drill some holes. Now you get wall plugs and screws with your blind. In this case the wall plugs are 5 millimeters, so you'll need a 5 millimeter drill bit, and I'm using an SDS drill. If you've got access to one, use an SDS drill. If not, use a combi drill. Now you don't have to use all 4 of the fixing points, but I'd suggest that you use a minimum of 2 to get a good strong fixing. Now just pop the wall plugs in the holes and give them a little tap with a hammer. Then you need to screw both of your end brackets in place. So the brackets are up. We should now be able to fit our blind into the brackets. The blind should just slide into the brackets. And now we can just snap our hinge closed. And it's that simple to hang your blind. But we aren't quite done yet. We now need to install the pelmet. If the video is helping you, hit subscribe because you don't want to miss out on more beginners DIY guides, and hit the like button for me so that this video can reach and help more people on YouTube. This is a pelmet, and what this does essentially is decorates the front of the blind like that so that it looks nice and you don't see the screws and the workings and things like that. Now we need to fix this to the blind. As it stands, you can see it's too long, so we need to cut it down. So what we'll do is take that measurement that we took at the start of the video when we were measuring for the blind, and we'll transfer that onto the pelmet and cut this to length with a saw. Now we've got these little pelmet clips, and we're going to fix these to the back of the pelmet so that we can clip it onto the blind. And now I can hang my pelmet onto the blind, and that just finishes it off. Now if I pull this toggle, it should lower the blind all the way down, And I can use these two toggles to adjust the amount of light in the room. It looks really good now it's up. Now I'm fitting the cord tidy so that the cords don't dangle, ensuring safety for children. Hopefully you can see how easy and how quickly you can fit a set of these yourself. Give it a go and I'll see you guys in the next one.